Previously, we talked about AP, EP, and yield and their importance when it comes to food production. Not only are these concepts important during recipe formulation, but they are very important when it comes to purchasing the products you need to meet the demands of your menu. There are a few ways to determine your AP, depending upon the information that you have available to you. Ultimately, you will need the yield and EP values. But what if you don't have both of these? Let's go through an example to show you how to break it out. Let's say that you are preparing for a function where you know the number of guests, what you're serving, the portion size of the dish, as well as the yield that you will be able to get from the AP of the initial product. Now remember, the formula for yield is equal to EP divided by AP. With a simple calculation, we can now determine our EP to get the second value that we need. Here are the givens. Remember the formula. Yield is equal to EP divided by AP. Let's do some calculations. First, multiply the number of guests by the serving size, which is in ounces, to determine how much EP is needed. So 114 times 5.25 equals 598.5 ounces. Since we need in pounds, divide by 16 to get 37.4 pounds. With these two figures that we now have, let's start filling in the formula to solve. First the yield, which was a given at 81%. Next put in the EP, which we just solved for and was 37.4 pounds. We will need to isolate AP to finish solving. If you know your math conversions, this is a one-step process, but we will walk through it one way so that you can understand how we end up with the result. First, cross-multiply to eliminate the fractions. Do not forget that there is a 1 under 81%, so we will put it there to show all steps. Cross-multiply 81% times AP to get 81% times AP. Then multiply 1 times 37.4 to get, 37.4. But the fraction is now gone. But AP is still not yet isolated. We will need to complete one more step so it is alone and isolated on one side of the equal sign. To get this done, we need to divide each side by 81% or 0.81. At last we have isolated AP. So the formula is now AP is equal to 37.4 divided by 0.81, which gives us an AP value of 46.17, or just over 46 pounds, necessary to meet the demands of the function.